boy, there was some pretty heavy discussion surrounding the last episode and the events of that closing scene. I want to make something clear despite my rather strong opinions that I also hold for that scene and the events of last episode and the season in general. The show's not ruined for me. Lois Lane is not ruined for me as a character. This will be a major point to analyze such time comes that the show's over, and I suspect it will probably still stay a bad thing regardless of how it plays into future events. I could be wrong. But I can't say that this is something that could ever ruin a show for me. Shows make mistakes. Not everything can be a perfect beginning, middle, and end. It's the greatest thing ever. There are problems in everything. I admit to being a touch perplexed by anyone who was enjoying the show for its style, its characters, its general forward direction. I'm perplexed by the people who fit into this camp and now hate the show. Not to say I don't totally get disliking it. I disliked it too. The events of last episode, and I could see it being a real downer, but I do not see the logic of this now being a bad show yet. If those kinds of mistakes remain prevalent, and I do consider them mistakes, at least so far. Maybe future events will pull me back on that. We'll see. If those kind of mistakes remain prevalent, totally different ballgame, but I'm still having full reactions are on Patreon, or if you want, you can pull up your copy of episode 6 of season 1 of My Adventures with Superman. Sorry, the title threw me off. My Adventures with Superman. My Adventures with Mad Science, and press planet when I press timer reach 0. Any number of mad scientists in the DC universe. We'll see who we've got. I think that's another thing, that as shows have gotten shorter and shorter, it has become easier to be less... It has become easier to be less forgiving of individual bad episodes. Yeah, okay, we got something that you both care about that needs to be focused on. Is Jimmy Olsen gonna come back as a supervillain? They haven't really given any of the other reporters an actual chance to show their investigative prowess, because... Okay. You know something about that. Maybe Jimmy Olsen will become a South Park character now? I'll say this much, for being an anime style intro, it still kind of bugs me how short it is. That's wannabe anime right there. Just all casual using the powers now. That is not justification for human tracking. Yeah, that's... You can't just say, we went camping. I know that's not what she said, but, like, that is effectively, like... It's comparable for human tracking in the. Like, wait a second. Like, that was not equivalent to we were in Vietnam together. Ooh, what's this? Is it kryptonite? Probably not. Red sun type deal in here? I don't know how that would make sense unless we're gonna justify it. I'm guessing that that was the implication, is it's filtering out the yellow sun rays for whatever reason. It's a. No, I was gonna say it's a pig, but apparently it's Mishomala. Ooh, is it Ultra Humanite? Wait. Oh, I called it? Cool. Have I ever seen the brain with arms? I was just throwing out a Gorilla DC character. That worked out for me pretty good. He doesn't look anything like a Monsieur Mala I'm used to seeing. Beyond being a gorilla. I could have said Gorilla Grodd. Okay, the Ultra Humanite. Who is a silverback gorilla, so I don't know. That was dumb when I said that anyway. Okay, there aren't that many gorilla characters, evidently. I kinda dig the brain's design here. I never got why he wouldn't want functioning arms. I'm sure it's happened in the comics sometimes that he does. But I definitely prefer this angle that he would have something going for him, and I love the little basic angry eye going on here. 344. In 3, 2, 1, go. Ooh, possible Doom Patrol appearance? Is Mishimala usually also have a French accent? This is. Well, it's no fun if you're having fun. What? Ooh, that does look like red kryptonite, kinda. It'd be weird for him to run into red kryptonite before he ever saw green kryptonite. Which super duper sucks as always. Come on. That's a more interesting question to me. I suspect not. That would be a revelation. I suspect not. Oh, well, to be fair to her, I mean, like, no, not to be fair to her. That's again the problem with the shorter time scale of this show. A lot of people were bringing up Amber from Invincible being worse than this situation. I don't really agree fully. Gosh, I think in the superhero context of a secret identity, there has to be some time scale of sense for revealing said secret identity that we need to agree on as a reading audience. Like, there's got to be some scale of the people in the relationship who gets screwed over more in this dichotomy. Because you don't want the superhero to reveal the identity right at the beginning of the relationship. You don't go ahead and tell the biggest secrets on a first date. But you also don't wait until 2 years after marriage either. There's gotta be a happy medium, like a specific amount of time where you're shitty for not telling them anymore. We need to agree on this. Is it 6 months of dating and then you either dump them or tell them? Like, what is the thought process? we need to establish a standard so that we can apply it to all equally. Starting the timer at 6:36 in 3, 2, 1, go. I will be reacting to that Invincible short that came out sooner than later. I'm sorry for pausing so soon again, but I want to stare at monsters. Kind of looks like a robo version of King Shark right here. I would be thinking Rhino from Spider Man with the way they're doing the mask layout right there. But obviously, it can't be that. On the right there. And the left looks familiar. Kind of, kind of like a Blue Beetle type thing. I know that these aren't what these are, except maybe King Shark. I might be right on that one. But it's kind of what the designs remind me of. 6:51. 3, 2, 1, go. Although forearms would throw me, but they've changed enough in this show that that's not a deal breaker. Kinda digging Brain's personality, kinda not digging Malice personality. Ooh. that face, that just annoyed eyebrow. That's perfect. Yeah, I really love this Brain. Last time, what happened with her? Oh, given. Okay. I thought they were going to say they work together, and Task Force X working with this sort of science thing would not make as much sense to me, given what they are. Is that the brain? Yeah, that sounds a little bit more right. I wonder if this will end up being a Deadshot backstory, but from another side of it. Brad's sitting over here like this motherfucker. Tell him and everything. Come on. What? Why are they making these two like a married couple? I guess it kind of fits, but what? Ooh. Totally not a Phantom Zone projector, right? It's not gonna work. This is a very strong robot! I have underestimated this robot! It would be great if Superman assumed that's what was going on. Slower than normal? Yep. It is Red Sun nonsense. That was a very slow. Yeah, that was useless. Ah! Stop stepping on the obvious traps. wait, Lois, you might want to chill for a second here. Because that's what the forwarding of science is. We fail and we try it again. Or you that. Okay. And you have a lot of backup generators, right? How would him messing with the door do that? Oh dear. Lose the glasses, Clark. Be Superman in pants. Ouch. We are. Brains over here like these unacceptable creatures. I love Brain. Ouch. Yeah, he's pretty dumb in this show, unfortunately. It is the one point against this Clark Kent is it has turned out that he's just dumb as far as keeping the Superman secret identity goes. You need to accept a little bit of stupidity from side characters in superhero stories to get along with the secret identity stuff, but they could make it more believable. Clark in the last episode just like throwing the one box of that dumbbell or whatever it was. It's just, I expect better from Superman. A little bit more careful. 1451. 3, 2, 1, go. And you turned out to be right. It took someone else figuring it out. Ouch. Okay. Okay. Cool. They did the same thing with Amber too, and I really don't. I think we're supposed. I do like that he did the jazz Danny Phantom thing of just letting the secret hold until Clark was ready to tell it thing. Though I would have preferred if that was in show that he realized it, and the time we got to spend with the audience with him knowing it, as they much better did in Danny Phantom. I do like that aspect of it, but I don't really like. It's like treated. It's supposed to be like a moment when it's too big for that as a viewer. I have mixed feelings about how that scene played out. Some of it's good, some of it's less good. 1532. I brought up Word Girl last time, and I still think it's the perfect comparison. 1532 with 3, 2, 1, go. One day we're gonna have probably a secret identity renaissance where they start doing it again just because it's been treated like a joke for so long and people will love it just for being a new novelty. These do kind of seem like Omax. Really hoping you get a minigun at some point. Where's my minigun? Shut it down! Is this your villain origin story? Are you gonna go on your more evil path after this? I cannot stress just how much I love this brain. You are not in this conversation, Lois. It's been like a month. Jimmy is a better conversation for this. Are you gonna open the wormhole? Or that sounds like a bad plan. To be honest with you, yeah. Is Jimmy sustaining the gorilla's weight on his leg there? Come on. They're Pinky, and the brain. Whoa. Okay. Is it a white star? Or General Zod? Is that all they were implying there with the general? Mr. Burns? No! You are way too nice. But I love you. Man, I kind of wanted them to focus more on the Jimmy conversation. You know, why did you never tell me, etc., etc. And he still doesn't know that Lois just figured it out, so he still thinks that she got told first. More time on that. Because that is that other extreme. Legitimate best friends. That, like, you know, since sophomore year, I think they said, freshman year, whatever he said. I would assume at least 5, 6 years they've known each other and legitimate best friends, not just like they know each other, best friends. Like, that is the conversation for. There's this huge part of your life that you've kept secret. Like, we can have this dialogue. I'm so much more interested in that than what they were doing with Lois and Clark, unfortunately. And it seems like we're kind of hand waving it. Like it seems like Jimmy's already kind of cool with everything, which I think is a little bit more unfortunate. Oh, 2051. 3, 2, 1, go. These two! Again, I don't really care for much Ramallah here, but I do love the angle of them having a relationship. That is an interesting new thing to do with those two characters. I want them to be more evil than they are. But okay. Parasite, okay. That disabler collar, whatever they call him. I extremely doubt we don't have a name on the general, right? I extremely doubt that this is the kind of twist they're going for. But that was a Lex Luthor type thing to say. It was well written and intimidating enough. It was Superman focused in level of pettiness. And the voice acting delivered it in a pretty darn scary way. Again, I don't think we've got a name on this general, and they've been changing other characters enough that I wouldn't put it past them for that to be that kind of a name. From the sky and bury him so deep the world won't even remember his name. That is a cool enough line that it's weird it would be attributed to some random military general villain who seems like he's gonna be a one season. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not he's a threat to humanity or to public to America's interest, yada yada yada. They'd usually go with that kind of character. Still kind of think that guy who was the assistant of of Parasite over here, Alex, uh, high potential to be Lex Luthor for several reasons. But I'm kind of looking at this guy in a different light than I was before. I don't think we have a name on him. If we do, my bad. Again, I kind of doubt it because this is such a huge departure from everything that Luthor is, either the mad scientist or the billionaire. That'd be weird. But that one line. Maybe. That one line is my only shred of plausibility to that theory. And I don't. This show's changing enough that I do hold a little bit of credence to that. That they would take the biggest name and do something wildly different with him. which has potential so long as you get aspects of his personality right, and that is a big one. And the eloquence too gets there. I don't want to look it up, and if it's already known who this general is, like I like that the photo is back to all chill. Yeah, I like this episode a lot. This was actually quite a bit of. Again, following up on plot points I think could have been handled a lot better, but it did it okay. Next time.